Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mars and thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. So today I'm going to be talking about what it is to have a partial thyroidectomy, the process you have to go through for the surgery, and basically my story kind of weaved into it so you guys can see like the whole process on what it takes to go into surgery, how you might be feeling afterwards, and all that jazz. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. So I, as y'all know, had a surgery. This scar proves it, and it's actually healing up pretty well. I had a partial thyroidectomy. What does that even mean? I took out half my thyroid. Yeah, here's a picture of it. I know it's pretty nasty looking, but that thing was huge. It was almost 4 centimeters. Once it gets to 4 centimeters, they're like, yeah, that's pretty big. You should take that out. The reason I had to take my thyroid out is because I had hyperthyroidism. It was producing too much of the thyroid hormone, making me have a whole set of symptoms of me not feeling good, whether it's having trembling hands, excessive sweating, excessive urination, always going to the bathroom, feeling fatigued, having joint pain, having muscle weakness, not being able to breathe correctly, having heart palpitations, having chronic inflammation. There was a whole range of things. Now, if you came onto this video because you are looking to have, will have, already had, want to have, anything have a partial thyroidectomy, you definitely came to the right place. The first thing is that when you are scheduled for surgery, your doctor is going to tell you have to come in a few hours early to the hospital before the surgery just to get ready, you know, to get prepared. Typically for partial thyroidectomies, the surgery time is 1.5 to 3 hours. So I believe mine was, I maybe say 3 hours. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna put on the screen what it actually was. And it's okay if it is longer. Sometimes that just means that the doctors are wanting to do the best job possible and just take their time, because it's really a delicate surgery since it's right there in your neck. When you go in for surgery, you will be going under anesthesia, and you're gonna have a breathing tube through your mouth, like down to your lungs, so that you can't voluntarily breathe. So it's kind of like doing that voluntary motion for you in order to breathe. Actually, as I talk a little bit later, that is going to be what you experience the most pain with after, is not the actual like surgery of what happened, but because of the breathing tube. So they're going to be making a small incision on your neck. Sometimes it is bigger, sometimes it's smaller, just depending on the doctor, depending on what kind of thyroidectomy you're getting. If you're getting a full, they're probably going to make one even larger than this. I'll put a picture on the screen of ones that I've seen, or they're going to make a small one like mine, which looks like a little smiley face. Either way, the cut is not going to hurt. They have anesthesia there for you, and therefore when they cut, it cuts nerves that you're not even going to have anymore, that makes it so you can't even feel that skin even later on when it heals. So once you come out of surgery, you're going to have to spend at least 1 night in the hospital. I think some people stay even longer after if they feel like they need to, but for the purpose of having to stay 1 night is because you're under observation and they want to see that everything is going okay, that your body is responding well with taking half your thyroid out, or even maybe full thyroid out, seeing if anything will go wrong in the next few hours. They periodically will be giving you medication as well, even throughout the night. Let me tell you, the first night sleeping is terrible because you're slowly coming out of anesthesia and you are like super tired. The breathing tube is what left the most pain because your throat, you feel like you can't swallow at all. So you're gonna have a hard time swallowing for the next 4 to 5 days, I'd say. The first 2 days are the worst. Just think of it just having a really bad sore throat, and it's just really hard to even do the action of gulping, swallowing. As far as the actual location where the thyroid was taking out, I didn't experience any pain there, and you shouldn't. Usually the pain is just because of the breathing tube. Once you go home, like, or even after the surgery, you won't be able to move your neck for a good 4 to 5 days as well, just because you were like stiff like that for a few hours, and like also it would kind of be uncomfortable to move this. Not necessarily that it hurts, but because you had surgery, you just kind of like naturally like that. Like for the most part, whenever I'd walk like this, because I just couldn't bring myself to like move my neck and everything because it was kind of like tight, you know. The only other body aches that you might have is due to coming off of anesthesia, and I experienced this more towards like the 5th day mark, once my body was like completely off of it and like totally like regular again in that regard. I just was like, muscles were feeling tense, things were feeling tighter because of being in anesthesia and even coming out of surgery just being so still for most of the time. As far as medication goes, my doctors gave me 2 different kinds of medication, and one was for inflammation and the other one was just for pain management. And I'm pretty sure the inflammation one was for anywhere inside where the thyroid was taken out, because you know, you are moving around other parts of your body in there, organs and everything, and therefore everything else can get a little bit like swollen and inflamed, and so that's going to help the inflammation go down. And the other one for pain management, I believe, was just for that as well, but also just for the whole swallowing thing after having the breathing tube, because that is pretty painful. And when I say painful, I really just mean very uncomfortable. So it's not something you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much pain after I'm done. It's like, no, it's just like uncomfortable, you know, and it doesn't last long. Like when they say that you're only gonna need 2 weeks for recovery, it's true, because by the first week I felt pretty good. The second week I couldn't like still do any exercise or anything like that. I just took it easy. But by the time the second week was done, like I was like 100% like healed in terms of good after having surgery. And then you're wondering, okay, well, how did you feel after your surgery? Do you feel any different? What is it like for you right now? After I had mine done, and I'm pretty sure this goes with any other thyroidectomy patients, is that it takes 40 days for your hormones to regulate again, because your thyroid is part of your endocrine system, and your endocrine system deals with your hormones. Since you took half out, it's gonna take time for things to balance out again, for your other side to realize, hey, I don't have my partner with me right now, so I'm gonna have to do this all on my own. And so it takes 40 days to get everything going again, you know, seeing if you're producing enough calcium, enough thyroid hormone, enough TSH and T4 and all of those things. Within those 40 days, I was feeling good. I didn't have any symptoms that I was having before. I could like breathe again. I wasn't having any heart palpitations. I could sleep at night. I wasn't having night sweats like I used to. Like everything was becoming so much better. And once I had my 40 days done, I did some blood tests and had a doctor read it. We discovered that I did not have to go on the thyroid hormone replacement medication, because my other side of my thyroid was producing enough and regulating enough for my whole body. So for those of you who are going to have a partial thyroidectomy, there's a chance that you might have to take that thyroid hormone replacement pill if your other side is not producing what it needs to. So that's why you need those 40 days for it to regulate and see, and just hope for the best so that you don't have to take a pill for the rest of your life. Basically now it has been 2 months since my surgery, and I am feeling so good. I am feeling so much better. I'm not having any of the symptoms that I was having before. I have energy to do things. I can work out again. I can think properly. I'm not always in pain, and it is such a blessing just to be feeling so good and feeling healed. That concludes this really short video, just to give you guys some information about partial thyroidectomies. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below all your questions. I would love to answer them for you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Turn on those bell notifications so you know every single time that I post. And as always guys, keep being you, because you is the only you that you gotta do. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!